Okay, so I did some videos where I talked about vintage fashion, and those were pretty much slideshow style videos because I didn't, in my own closet, have the items that I wanted to show and talk about, but this video is a little bit different because it is about vintage watches, and I have a collection of vintage watches in this box. It's actually a music box, but don't worry about that. So I am going to show you these, and that's it. That's the video. So I hope that you enjoy. Alright. I'm gonna try not to be too shaky here as I'm showing you. Okay, if I get too close, it won't focus on it. This one does have a cool gem on it. I don't know if it's a crystal or a diamond, but the band is like very incomplete. You can see that's the actual clasp there for putting it on. So this is like straight up broken, and there's not enough of the original band there for it to actually be worn. But the actual watch part of it is pretty nice, so I mean, it could be salvaged with a new band. Also, for context, some of these watches were given to me and some of them I bought. Of the ones that I bought, I purchased them from an antique store, and they were in a bundle, a miscellaneous bundle of jewelry, which included watches, and so I didn't really get a good look at them. I kind of knew like some of the earrings that were in the bundle would be not a pair but just one, and that, you know, I would have to be creative and try to, you know, make new things out of some of the incomplete pieces. And so for these watches I hold the same attitude that some of them just need new batteries or to be wound up or some minor repairs, and some of them are kind of glorified spare parts, but that's okay. This one with the little screws here kind of reads a little bit steampunk to me, which is why I like it. This one is very cool because it's got these little jewels, which are in a separate like screen from the actual watch, so they fall, they move around, which is kind of cool. And you can see that it winds up. The band is very basic, but it's a very nice sleek design, and the numbers are Roman. Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of a, I don't know, in some lights it's pink, and in other lights it looks more peach. But this is an interesting watch because although the band is your standard chain link style band, the watch itself is in this sort of arch shape. So that's interesting. And this is bumps in the silver. These are not jewels. This is not bejeweled. But from far away, it does kind of look like it. This one is very cool because this one is pink, and it's this sort of frosted look, which is why even though the camera is focused right now, but you still can't see it, it's like that in real life where it's slightly blurry because the casing has this frosted kind of look to it, which I don't actually know if it was intentionally originally supposed to be like that, but that is what the glass looks like now. You see, even when it focuses more on it, it's still a little blurry, which is how it looks in person. This one's also a wind-up. This is a more simplified chain link style band. Alright, I'm gonna switch my hands with the camera for a second. So this is a nice standard leather watch. Nothing to write home about, but it is nice. And now we have an analog wristwatch with a nice little horse illustration like the cursive there. Also leather. And this one is a dyed leather to match the watch. Also a analog electric watch. These are in good conditions. I've seen wristwatches where the bands were leather and it was really, really badly dried out leather to the point where it was like, that is not wearable anymore. But the leather on these three is in relatively good condition, which is nice to see. This is one of the watches that was given to me, so I did not buy this. And it's got a very nice snap style closure with a very, very flexible band. And sorry, I had to look at it up close. So this is, you can kind of see there, it's a Timex watch, and Timex and Rolex are like the Prada of Prada or Gucci or Chanel or whatever of watches, if I'm to draw a parallel. So that's quite nice. And there is a silver one that has the same style band, or almost the same style. This is also Timex, and the clasp is missing. You can see there it is gone, but the other side is not broken. But because it's pretty much the same style watch, when I get it fixed, all I have to do is show them the clasp on this and have one made in silver for this, and then it's fixed. Now I don't know if that's the only thing on that watch that needs to be fixed, but that remains to be seen. And this is another little gold one. This is also Timex. This is also one that was given to me like the other two. Similar in style, but it is a little bit smaller in size. It's very nice and sleek. This is one of the ones that I bought that came in a bundle, and this one, I have my doubts on whether it's vintage or not. I think it is though, and I like that it's not really a wrist watch, it's more of a bracelet, and it's not a bracelet with a closure either. It is simply a spiral that, excuse me, snaps back like this, and you have some dangling beads there, which is very nice. This next one will probably make you laugh. This is in such bad condition. This is what I was thinking about earlier when I said glorified spare parts, because this is not a watch. This is the desecrated remains of an old watch, but the color, at least of what has not been scratched out, is a very nice brown orange, like a very nice burnt sort of fall color, which I like. And I do think that this could be used to create something new, something eclectic. So will it ever be a watch again? Probably not, but I do want to use it for something. I just don't know yet. And now we are on to the finale, which is the two pocket watches. We're going to start with the smaller one. Both of the pocket watches were given to me, and the condition that they are in is the condition that I received them in. So this one has some damage. You can see some of the I don't know if it's painted on. It might be a paper inlay or something, but some of it has come off, you can see. And it has no backing. I'm not sure if it's built to where it never had a backing, but I would assume that it would, because you wouldn't, like, logistically thinking for the design, you wouldn't really want all those gears exposed. The arms seem to be kind of stuck. Well, the lower one moves a little bit, but the top one doesn't really, and it's also got a stain, but the little gear at the top that winds up, and the part that you would, hold on, the part that you would attach to the chain it is totally fine. So I don't know how you know, how much the extent of repairs this requires, but I would like to have it fixed. I would like to have all of these fixed eventually. Alright, come on, focus. So this is the larger pocket watch. This is the last that I'm showing you in the collection. You can see it's got this lovely detail. I was told that this is around 100 years old by the person who gave it to me. So, I don't actually know if it's true, but I would assume so. And what's interesting is that there's almost the exact same design on the back, but with an extra detail. By the way, this is not properly attached. Again, I received it in this condition. I did not break it. But let's quickly take a look at the back so you can see what I mean. It's got that stag there. So where that space has nothing on the front, on the back, it has the stag. I don't know why it's missing that detail in the front. I don't know what the significance is of leaving that detail out on the front of it, but in contrast to the smaller pocket watch, you can see none of this is missing. There are no stains, but the longer and smaller arms are missing. So that's a bit of a problem, but the wind up here, it moves. There doesn't appear to be any rust, and this moves completely fine. Now, unlike the front where it's not attached properly, the back is attached. It moves perfectly fine. There's no rust as far as I can see. Now, I've tried to look for a date on it, and none of the numbers seem to be a date of any kind. So, and then there is this that you also pull down, this piece, which reveals the gears, all the inner workings, and you've got more of that lovely cursive. Let me look at that, hold on. Yeah, so it's the name of the manufacturer that is printed in cursive. And on the inside, from looking at it, no rust that I can see. So, this is probably, ooh, okay, this has come off multiple times before, by the way, so I didn't just break that. It's done that before. It's done that before, and I just have to snap it back in. I can't do that When one hand is holding the camera, though, I will take care of that when I turn off the camera. But from what you can see, this has to be fixed so that this can be attached and open and close properly, and it needs new arms so that it can get working. But other than that, the damage is pretty minimal, so I feel hopeful about that for when eventually I pay to get it fixed. That's not within my budget for things that I'm trying to get done in my life right now, but eventually I will get all of these fixed. And or reborn for the incomplete watches that are not complete enough, especially. We'll see what I end up doing with this, but thank you for watching. Where's the bottom of this? Here, let me just, so that it looks like it's not broken for the ending shot. Thank you for watching. I hope that you liked this, and I'm curious on which one of these that you liked. If you're someone who would wear watches or would use a pocket watch, would you use one of these, and which one? Do you collect watches yourself? I would like to know. And for those of you who will return for other videos, I will see you next time.